Morning. I just got done doing my little prayer service thingies that I do in the morning, my rosary and my live, and checked on my mom. Actually, I'm going to be doing different pieces of this, and I'm going to put it together. So this is part one. We are going to make breakfast. We are going to make omelets and hash browns. Have you guys ever made hash browns from a potato instead of store-bought hash browns? It's so much tastier, I will show you how to do that. Right now what I did is I multi-processed some onion, I multi-processed some green peppers, which I have in my garden, so happy about that, and some mushrooms. I love mushrooms, so there's a lot of mushrooms in here. And I don't know, maybe a cup of each. I'm going to be making three giant veggie stuffed omelets today with a side of hash browns. You can also put some green peppers and some onions in your hash browns as well if you like. I normally do, but today I'm not. Today I'm just going to make them straight hash browns so I can show you guys how to do that, which is not hard at all. And we're going to do spinach. We're going to saute spinach. So before we start doing the before we start doing the cutting of the potatoes, that I will show you how to do that, we are going to get this part going, which is we're going to saute with some extra virgin olive oil. We're going to saute the spinach in here, which I'm a mess. It went everywhere. Okay, I'm still a little bit dizzy, guys, from my little vertigo episode I had. So excuse me if I'm not 100% here yet. So let's put down the temperature. We got to make sure to keep stirring that. Normally I put garlic powder in there or real garlic, but because it's going to go in an omelet, I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to remember to keep stirring it, or you can cover it and it'll go faster that way. Okay. And you can have a big giant bunch, and then it'll be just a little tiny bit once you're done sauteing it, but that's okay. And then we're going to chop it up so we're not getting giant pieces as we're eating our omelet. Now let's go back to over here, which we are going to do the potatoes real quick. I will show you how to do those while we finish that. And getting closer to us, as you see, it's kind of dirty already from what I just finished multi-processing, which was with this thing. We did our onions and we did our peppers and our mushrooms, but we're going to put a different attachment to it for our potatoes. For our potatoes, you have this kind of an attachment that goes with this. So you're going to put it together, you're going to stick it in here. Get you a little closer here, guys. Multi-processor. But first you're going to cut these potatoes in half because they got to be able to fit in here. So let's cut them in half. Got a big cutting knife. Keep an eye on your spinach. You don't want to burn that like I'm about to. Okay, it looks like the spinach is already ready. We're going to bring that out and we're going to start doing I'm going to switch you again, guys. I didn't think it was going to be done that quick, but see how little it got? That's all there is. Not much. I'm going to put it in this other pan, which is cold. So later I'll come back and I'll chop it up. Chop it up here. We're going to put some more olive oil. And we are going to start with the onions. Put all those onions in there and start sauteing them up. I'm glad my mom is in the room because she doesn't like the smell of cooking food. She said it doesn't let her breathe. So let's put the fan on. While that's cooking, we're going to come back over here and do these. We're going to cut these in half. I'm just using 2 potatoes because it's just 3 of us. And I always like to have a little leftover hash browns in case somebody wants seconds. Or we can do something else with it later. Or we can eat it on the side of whatever. But the potatoes need to be cut so that I can close it and it can actually start working. So I might have to cut those a little more. So this is all we do, guys. It's so easy. You do this, and then it just does itself. It's amazing. It just does itself. Or you can do it the good old way, which by hand. You can just do it by hand. I like the easy way. Well, you might have a few little potatoes left up there, but that's okay. When you open it up, you can bring out these potatoes. I don't even peel them. If you like hash browns that are without the skin, then you can do that as well. Just cut the remaining little pieces and you can just mix that in. Now you're going to need a big bowl to put your potatoes in there, because we're going to have to rinse them maybe 3-4 times. Let me get my strainer out of here. Yes, we are going to need to rinse these because we need the starch to completely come out of them. See how they're nicely cut? So we're going to put them, there's a lot, man. Maybe I made a little too much. Let me tell you, 1 big potato goes a long way. You can probably serve 3 people with just 1 big potato. I think I made too many. Oh, well, I'll have to cook it because if not, it'll change colors. And then I'll just save it for tomorrow. And we'll just have hash browns tomorrow. So what I'm doing now, guys, is we are going to rinse them. We are going to rinse them really good. I'm going to turn my onions here because they're starting to get color on them. Okay, so as you see, you go like that to get all that starchiness out of them. So you want to play with them a little bit, let the water go all the way up. You see all that starchiness in there? All that gross starchiness? You don't want that. Some people like it because it helps it stick together more, just like rice, but I like my hash browns to be nice and starch-free as much as possible. So then we're going to strain it, and we're going to do it again. We're going to do this process maybe 3 or 4 times. This is kind of like what you do with your beans before you make your bean burritos and your garbanzo beans before the hummus. You should do the same thing. You should at least run them 3-4 times, letting them soak, and then you do the rinsing part. The rinsing part is what gets rid of all that starch, right? So this is the second time, and as you see, there's still starchiness in there. So we're going to do it one time. Let me get to my onions real quick, because they are burning. So we're going to put them back in the bowl that they came from, but cooked this time. Back in the bowl that they came from. This time the onions are cooked all the way. See? See how beautiful they are? They're nice and colored and caramelized. So now we are going to do the same thing with the mushrooms. And I could have just done them all together, but because I'm doing 2 things at once, I get a little distracted. I don't want anything to burn. Okay, so this looks like probably okay. Just finish getting all that starch off. And look at the beautiful hash browns we have made from scratch. Make a little hole in the middle, let it dry a little bit. You could even finish drying it with a little towel or paper. And then you just let it finish soaking, getting all that water out. And you get your pan nice and hot. I will show you in the second video. We will actually put them on the pan and look at that. Let's turn quickly back to our pots here, which we are doing our mushrooms, as you see. Cooking the mushrooms. We're going to throw in the mushrooms, also the green peppers in here. We're going to do them together. I just love the smell of cooking mushrooms, don't you guys? I just love it. Okay. So while that cooks, put a little higher to cook it a little faster. I lowered the temperature for the onions. I didn't want them burning. Okay. So we'll let that finish cooking. And while that's cooking, we're going to cut these guys up. We're going to cut them a little smaller. And I'm going to flip you again. I'm just flipping you all over the place today, right? Okay. So we're going to put this in here. And we're going to cut these smaller because we don't want the omelet, when we're digging in there with our mouth or when we're cutting it up, we have a hard time getting through because of the big leaves. You can also use frozen spinach. There's nothing wrong with that. You can first thaw it out in the microwave, and then you can, that should do it. And then you can saute it quickly if you want that sauteed oil taste in there. If not, just by doing the other veggies, it should be enough. You can also throw some sun-dried tomatoes in there. That's what I'm going to do. I have some in the fridge. I'm going to bring that out. And if you have goat cheese or any kind of cheese, feta cheese you want to put in there, you can do that instead of the cheese you prefer. You can pick any cheese you want. You can do all of them, but just a little bit. You don't want to overpower it with cheese, your omelet, because if you do that, then it kind of gets hard and chewy, and it overpowers the veggies, and that's what you want actually to come out of your omelet, is the taste of the veggies that are so delicious. So we're going to add the mushrooms when they're done to this, and we're going to mix it all up in a bigger bowl. The mushrooms are steeping some water, and they will tend to do that. The mushrooms and the peppers, they'll do that. They'll seep a little bit of water. So what you need to do when that happens is you can either just spread it out, and as it cooks, it should evaporize. But if it doesn't, you can just drain it before you put it in with the other veggies, because you don't want a soggy, wet omelet, right? So I'm opening it up a little and finishing the cooking process. And I will see you guys in a minute when I'm ready to put this on the grill. Okay, see you soon. Bye. Meat for like when I make bacon. Today we're not making bacon because there's no bacon in the house. And I have one I only use for veggies and for hash browns. And this is the hash brown one. I forgot my oil. Can't do that. So you're going to use oil. Junior, can you come open the doors, please? Here, it's nice and cool outside, so Grandma doesn't complain of the smell. And we have these that have been draining, our hash browns. So we're going to go ahead and put them on. Can you please open up the doors for me? And again, I told you guys I made too many hash browns, so I'm going to have to cook them just because we don't want them getting brown and yucky in the freezer. They put some kind of preservatives on the hash browns that you get at the stores, and that's why they don't get colors. But if you just leave this like this, it will start getting brown. It doesn't taste different, but it's not the beautiful color it is, you know? Or else you can use it by making a little tortilla of some kind or an omelet or whatever with the extra. We're going to go put them in another pan over there. And we're gonna put a little bit of more oil on the top, so when we turn it, it'll be ready. We're gonna lower the temperature a little bit, maybe to 350, not 400. And we're gonna go make the omelets while we wait for this to be, it needs about 5 or 6 minutes. And then we're gonna flip it and leave them another 5 minutes, and you can taste a little piece and see if the middle is done. And then we'll be ready to enjoy. So now we're gonna go back to my stovetop to do the omelets. Actually, I'm going to put these hash browns in here. I turn this on. You've got to wait till the pan is hot before you put your stuff on there, because if you don't, it tends to stick that way. So this other one will be for our omelet here. So let me get you a little closer to where we're going to do the omelet here. Can you guys see? Okay? Yeah, you should be able to. Okay. So first we're going to break the eggs, and I have everything sauteed here, all mixed up. You can make bigger pieces if you like bigger pieces. I make it really small because of my mother. She can't chew very well, and so that way it's easier for her when I make an omelet for her. And I found some of this delicious sun-dried tomatoes, and then I have Swiss and mozzarella, and I might have some ricotta in there. I don't know, maybe I'll put a little ricotta in my mom's one. She might really like that. Well, she loves ricotta. Yeah, I don't have any feta, or else I can do that as well. I don't have feta, but I do have some ricotta I can put in there. That will make, ricotta always makes everything yummy, doesn't it? Okay, so let me get the eggs cracked and we'll get started. Our hash browns are getting ready over there cooking. We eat breakfast a little later in the house because I'm trying to do this intermediate fasting thing. And here comes Grandma. I can hear her complaining about the smell. Okay. So I start eating at, with the intermediate fasting, I start eating at 12. So, and my mom wakes up at this time. So she eats at 12:01 anyway. And Junior will eat anytime. And Sabina too. So this is when I actually come out here and start cooking. So the pan is hot now. So let me go and get my veg spray. I left it on the other side. Those hash browns are just simmering, getting nice and golden for us. Put a little bit of oil in there. We're going to do the rest of these hash browns, because I know if I save them for something else, I'll forget. I will forget. So we'll cook these while we do the omelet on the other side. And we could make some biscuits on the side. Julia, you want to make some biscuits? I have some Bisquick mix. But we don't need to. We don't need that extra starch, right? We have enough starch right here. So we're ready for the egg omelet on this one here. Let's put the egg. The little pieces in there from my veggies. I just like to reuse stuff. I hate to have to wash so much. So when I get a chance, I always reuse what I've used. So the omelet is really easy. You guys know how to make an omelet. I don't really know why I'm doing this with you guys. You guys all probably know how to make an omelet, but I don't know. I haven't been on in so long cooking anything. I'm like, why not? I did want to show you how to do the hash browns. Some people don't know that you can just put them on your multi-processor and it's so easily done, right? And then the omelets, I like to play with my omelet. I like to... You don't want to smash an omelet because then it won't be fluffy. So you gotta just let it kind of cook by itself. And then we're going to flip it in a minute and we're going to add some of the yummy goodies on the side here. This one will be for Grandma because she just came out to eat. So we'll make Grandma's first. Grandma's easy. She doesn't want the sun-dried tomatoes and she does not want the, there you go. See? You just flip it on over. Flip it on over. And you want to add the cheese right away. I'm going to give her just one slice, because she doesn't like a lot. Just one little slice of the Swiss. And then we're going to give her some of the goodies here, the spinach mixture with that we sauteed. Put that spread it well. She doesn't like a lot of stuffing. Me, I would double that. Me, I would double that. And that's it. And then you just wait till it cooks, and then you just flip it over, and she will be ready, Freddy. Okay. We'll make one more omelet together, and then I will bring you back when the hash browns are ready. The hash browns might take a little bit longer to cook than the actual omelets will. So you can always give it a quick little heat in the microwave with the omelet when the hash browns are ready. That way it stays nice and warm for you. Me, I don't mind it. I like cold food. But some people have to have it piping hot. Piping hot. Okay. So that's ready. One omelet down. 3 more to go. Actually, the other omelet, I don't need to do that with you. You guys know I'm going to put this in it, and I'm going to put, oh, I forgot to put the ricotta for her. Oh, darn. Oh, well. I'll do it next time. And I don't think these hash browns are ready yet, but let me take a look. Let's try to turn a little piece. Nope, see, it's not ready yet. Not ready to turn yet. Let's go quickly to the other side over there and see if those are ready over here to turn. I don't think so. I think it needs a little bit more time, but let's check it out. Actually, no, guys, it's ready to turn. So what you do is you just make little squares. And you turn it over. Actually, it's a little bit, maybe I talk too much. But you see how nice and golden they are? They're perfect. Perfect to turn around. Now, when you turn it, you flip it, you want to lower the temperature now, because you don't want to burn it now. You want to kind of like cook it. So let's, that one I just flipped. I just got to put this right here, and it should be good. There we go. There we go. See the nice color, guys? So now we'll just wait a little longer, and then we'll bring them out. We'll bring them out. If you happen to be cooking anything inside your oven right now, like your bacon or biscuits or anything, or sausages, then you can put these on a pan and finish cooking it in the oven, because the oven will cook really good the inside part. But I did it pretty thin, a thin coat, so I think we'll be fine with one more, maybe 5 more minutes, and then I'll bring them out. And then I'll show you the finished product when we're done. But see, wasn't that easy, guys, to make homemade hash browns? You don't need hash browns that you buy at the store. You just need a potato. And you can do the same thing with sweet potatoes. It's so yummy, too. Okay, love you guys. See you soon. All of them are done. Grandma didn't want hash browns. There we go. Yummy. Hash browns are just perfect and flaky and delicious. And Greg made some biscuits. They're in the oven, so they're coming in a minute. Yum.